Uh, well, I liked the Evangelion series. I got a decent amount of negative comments on the actual show, on the review, because they said you're not looking into it. You're talking about the box cover. No one cares about the box cover. I like to care though about what my anime DVDs come in. But everyone knows in the reviews. I like to have humor, and sometimes when you don't have humor, you have to focus so much on serious themes and straight to the point. It kind of might get boring. So we put humor in the show, but we still try to give some facts about it. And yes, I didn't get exactly as deep into Evangelion as I could have, but for a general anime audience, that is where the review targets. We don't target college people that are shooting for doctrines. Yes, actually, Francis Ford Coppola's Apocalypse Now in '79, I believe. Definitely, Evangelion and Apocalypse Now, I would have to say, are close to each other. And you might be thinking, what's he talking about? Both main characters, Shinji and the lead of Apocalypse Now, both have very straightforward missions. In Apocalypse Now, he is to travel to this jungle far out and kill this crazy general. Evangelion, Shinji is set straight forward in a straight path to pilot the Eva. Both characters experience great fear and uncertainty through the movie and through Evangelion, and I think the relation is quite strong. By the time they finally make it to their endpoints of the mission, there is a grave decision. They must act in both the movie and the show, but both refrain from acting. Both are they're so unsure about what they're going to do once they arrive to the point that it's actually mind blowing. The relationship between Apocalypse Now and Evangelion, there's very strong similarities there. Both are influenced pieces of cinema. Apocalypse Now, the film industry, and Evangelion to the anime entertainment. Uh, well, I picked up the two Evangelion movies a while back. I watched them. I watched them again. And then I watched them a couple more times in the original Japanese dub. And what I found was some striking similarities in dialogue. I also found a lot of things that were different. I have to say that the performances in the Japanese language are stronger than the American ones. What do you expect? And I listened to the commentary while I watched the end of Evangelion. I listened to the English voice actor commentary talk about the show, and they didn't try to explain what was going on. They pretty much just sat around and joked and laughed about it. And it kind of makes me wonder if they really understand themselves what the meaning of the show is. And there's a lot of people that have taken strikes at it, and there's a lot of people that have studied it hard, feverishly. So I'm going to take a strike at it. The end of Evangelion, the end of the TV show Evangelion, I thought was a decent ending. I might have said otherwise in my Evangelion review, but I've since changed that. I think that the Evangelion was a. I liked the ending, how Shinji was down and depressed, and at the end he decides he'll face his fears and he's publicly accepted back by the world. And Shinji is a very tragic hero, common. And what I like about the end of Evangelion is I think what makes people so interested in it, one of them is it's so confusing to a lot of people. But another one is a lot of people can relate to the characters. Shinji, tragic hero, experiences fear and loneliness, and I would like to challenge anyone out there that has never had thoughts of fear or loneliness in their life. And you can definitely relate to Shinji when you watch a piece of entertainment and the main character or a supporting role has a quality that you can relate to. You can get more involved in the show and feel like you're in it too. And with the end of Evangelion, I felt very involved in the show. I liked the end of Evangelion. I thought it was quite fitting. They are redoing it, of course. Oh, they're making more movies about it. I'm not sure why. I guess he wasn't satisfied. A lot of people said the end of Evangelion was just a wild chase, a goose chase. The director was sending you all over the place trying to figure out what's going on with all these meaningless dead ends. But I think he had a clear direction of where he was going. I hear he had a just crazy nervous breakdown during the middle of the actual show, so it might seem like he was directionless, but I think that in the end it guided right to a light at the end of the tunnel. And I really have to note Evangelion for having such strong performances. I believe the end of Evangelion had good performances, English dub and Japanese dub. I think they both did a very good job. The end of Evangelion, the last words that Asuka mumbles on the beach or by the water, that's people have said that's been translated into a lot of things. I just kind of took that as the English dub gave it to me, the Japanese dub as well. And I can't exactly say what exactly she said, but if I had to take a stab at it, I'd take a guess that she's pregnant. That's what I would say. From what I understood, she said something about sick or I'm sick. And for some reason, I just think that she's pregnant with Shinji's kid, and it would just make so much sense with her sitting there and Shinji sitting there. That would be pretty interesting. Um, yes and no. The show had a lot of great action at the end. There was just I don't know. It's real hard to stab at. You finally figure out the meaning of the Human Genome Project, and the meaning of the angels and the meaning of the Avis, how everything is going to be recycled and the world's going to be apocalyptic away and all kinds of crazy stuff. Apocalypse world, apocalypse now. And for some reason it keeps relating back to that movie. Whether those are actually involved or not, it might just be crazy old Mr. Anime. But I really don't have many final things to say about Evangelion. I think it's a really good show. People can say what they want about it, overrated or underrated. I personally think it's underappreciated because a lot of people don't take the time to sit down and at least give an attempt to figure out what the ending is trying to say, what the message is trying to deliver, and it's a real shame that a lot of the people that watched it have to be so simple and easy and just take it as they see it and not study it. That's what makes a good critic, and that's what makes a good entertainment, is when you can watch it, you can enjoy it, you can soak it up, you can think about it, and then you can enjoy it some more. So overall, I'd say that if I had to throw a rating down on the end of Evangelion, I would have to say not Death and Rebirth, because Death and Rebirth was a big waste of time in my opinion. But the end of Evangelion, 9 out of 10, because I'm going to take the point away just because, even though, everything was pretty confusing, but the point is being lost because I wish he would have made it just a little bit clearer. Because if he would have made it a little bit clearer, it might have been opened up to more, dead, thick-minded audience, and it might have been received a little bit better. But he can do it his way, but in my opinion, he's still going to lose 1 point for that. But 9 out of 10 is still a remarkable score, and I think it's well earned.